we back again? Has it worked this time? Come on, show me something on screen. Come on. Come on. I need to see some changes here, people. Otherwise, it's not working. We're in. I can see what I need to see. Right, okay. Flipping it. Cool, blimey. What a mess. So that's 2 restarts. Sound not working on the first one. Stream not working at all on the second one. Right. So we're going to get straight into points then, because they've already started qualifying. Philo leading the way, 217 points on board for him. Nipping his heels though is Potter McPot with 200 points in second. Gecko Racer in third, only 25 points behind race leader, so still pretty close even at this late stage in the series. So he's sitting on 192 points, bit of a gap then back to fourth. Dynamic Styles on 140 points. RAA Bobby in fifth with 122 points. And then we've got a real close battle for the next 4 places. We've got Visho in 6th with 108 points. We've got Brinky in 7th with 106 points. Also on 106 points is Fat Pickles Bro in 8th. And then just on 101 points is Jambu in 9th. 68 points. Why is... Oh, all right, hold on. Oh, hold on, what's happening here? Yes, all right, yeah, stream's still live. All right, yeah, it was just freaking me out. Ace Killer then 10th with 68 points. Yeah, that was doing my Sweden just then. And then if we look at the lower half of the table, G Marge in 11th with 67 points. Got Perzel in 12th with 59 points. 43 points on board for LVO Tricks in 13th. R.A. Baz unfortunately got booted from the race last week. 14th for him, 38 points on board. And then Magix in 15th with 34 points. But not seen Magix for pretty much since round 2, I don't think. So merch still available, people. T-shirts and stickers if you want them. Give me a shout. dartsmoker@googlemail.com. Let's get ourselves quickly into this lobby because, like I say, the stream's been playing up, so we are already reasonably late into this one. Get the usual nonsense on. Killer's left the room. I wonder if we've got a bit of a glitchy lobby maybe. Already 4 laps in. LVO Tricks then sitting in current pole position. 120.7 on the clock for him. Potter McPot 0.5 of a second back. 121.3 for Potter. Fat Pickles Bro 121.7. Brinky in 4th with a 122.0. Got a bit of a penalty to lose. Show 5th, 22.2 for him. Jambu in 6th, 122.4, a little bit wide there. Perzel 7th, 122.7. Gecko Racer in 8th, 156.1. Thrashing the pants out of that car in 1st, burning the fuel off. Bobby in 9th, 208.8. That's not right. Philo 10th at 231.9 for him. And Dynamics, no hot lap on the board yet. So, I think we're still waiting for Ace Killer to get back in the room. Yeah, apologies for the many restarts. You've probably seen 3 of these streams running. Gotta have a bit of sound. Don't work, does it? I can't get excited, but I need to get excited when I hear tyres squealing out or whatever. Going faster again than LVO, even on a worn set of tyres. That's the second time in point he's gone through as well. Been very stable this season as the skyline for Elvio. Another purple sector. Losing a tiny bit of time though. So there are actually two lobbies running tonight. You're watching the pros with me, Dark Smoker, and over on Down for the Counts channel, also on YouTube, Down for the Counts Sim Racing, we've got the Pro-Ams running. So make sure you go and give that a watch after this. There's been some good racing in that lobby as well. Pro-Am boys all vying for a position to move up into the Pro League next season. Top two from this season move up, and the bottom two from the Pro League, if they stay, they move down to Pro-Ams. So he wasn't able to go quite as quick that lap. Still a 1:20.7. That's enough for you, Elvio. Dynamics has chucked himself into second, a 1:21.2. Just hangs it out wide through Paddock Hill. Let somebody go through. Don't forget to drop those likes, people. Always like those likes. Potter McPot then, and nibbed down to third, 1:21.3. He has got a fresh set of tyres on board to play with. Gets through this outlap. What are we? 9 minutes into qualifying. Two races again for you tonight. We've got the first race of 16 laps, and then a reverse grid. I believe it's 24 laps for race 2. Purple sector there for Fat Pickles Bro in the Lexus. Holding fifth at the minute, 1:22.0. He shows sixth. As swooping past him. Down Pilgrims. Visho also burning his fuel off there, look. First gear, full revs. We have seen some drivers. Where's got no Philo in the lobby tonight? Oh, here's Philo. He's been doing exactly the same, burning some fuel off. Although it is getting quite close to the end of qualifying. Elvio also out on a fresh set of tyres. Can he better his time? He's still got half a second pretty much over Dynamics. 0.492, it may as well be 0.5. Not going for a hot lap, also burning a bit of fuel off at the minute. Herzl gets himself up into fourth, 1:21.6. Gecko Racer though has come through to take provisional pole at the minute, 1:20.283 for him. He's now half a second over Elvio. Great big M6 dragging him round Brands Hatch GP. Elvio on that outlap though. He's got a little bit of wear on the front of those already. What can he do then? Almost 12 minutes into qualifying, just 3 minutes left. Dynamics, fresh set of tyres as well, burning more fuel off, although he is still holding 3/4 of a tank. Potter gets pushed down to fourth position then. Herzl fifth. Oh, he just gets it wrong. Coming through Sheen. Goes to make some sandcastles, does Herzl for a minute. Fat Pickles in the raspy Lexus, 1:21.746. Brinky 7th, still on that lap 2 time, 1:22.0. Visho now on his hot lap. He's got got a 1:22.1 on the clock, but it's only put him in 8th for now. He's got a slightly lighter car, less fuel. What's he got? I missed that last time in mark. What's he got through this one? 0.3 down at the minute. He'll get maybe the benefit of a tow off Ace Killer, who has rejoined the lobby. Unfortunately, he's only just started hot laps by the looks of it. So yeah, not too sure why he'd left. Maybe he went to change his setup or something, I don't know. You can do that in the lobby, can't you? Elvio gets himself back on pole, a 1:20.0 for him. Quarter of a second quicker than Gr3, who's still on an outlap. Still got an opportunity here to retake that pole. Dynamics still thrashing the pants off of that. A little bit of brake on as well to wear that fuel down a bit more. He'll be looking to put a fast one in for this next lap. It's the 14-minute mark if he gets round in time. Potter McPot on a hot lap. He's gone a little bit quicker. It's enough to put him equal to Dynamics. See what he's got coming through this next timing mark. Drops 1,000th. Get this last corner right, he might be able to just jump ahead of Dynamics. But Dynamics has got the opportunity, still got a lap to go. Potter can go for another one as well now. Still only 20 seconds left on the clock. Potter does go a bit quicker. So it does take that third from Dynamics for now, but now Dynamics is on this hot lap. McPot still at full race pace. Yeah, it looks like it. So 15 minutes is up then. LVO Tricks is just going to sit there. He's currently on pole, quarter of a second faster than Gecko. Gecko though, coming around that final turn, we'll see what he's got. Doesn't retake that pole position. It's another quick one on 20.4, but he's still quarter of a second back, so holds second position for now. Potter McPot still out on a hot lap. Nope, he's pulled over. He's allowed Dynamics to go through, so that's... There we go. There's sneaky Philo right at the end. Philo just chucks himself into third position right at the end of qualifying. Look at his fuel tank, look, literally empty. Dynamics is going to put in... I didn't look at Philo's time, I will do in a second. Where did your time go? 1:38.8, that's not right. What did Philo put in? A 1:20.9 for that third position. Then Potter holds on to fourth, Dynamics fifth, Fat Pickles is sixth, Perzel 7th, V-Show 8th, Brinky in 9th, Bobby's going to be in 10th, Ace Killer 11th, and it depends where Jambu slots himself out of track. He's getting himself through that first timing mark. Oh yeah, so he chucks himself behind Perzel, then does Jambu. 7th place, so that pushes V-Show down to 8th, Brinky 9th, Bobby 10th, Ace Killer 11th. I'm sure we had 12 drivers, or is it Potter that's missing? No, he's still here. Where's Dynamics? Where's Dynamics gone? So yeah, as mentioned, 16 lap race coming up, and then we have a reverse grid race for race 2. Start it yet, Potter. You're missing a driver. Alvio, Gecko, Philo, Potter, Fat Pickles. Yeah, definitely no... Yeah, no dynamics back in the lobby yet. I have to just put a message up saying he's waiting. I'm not sure if that is for dynamics or just because. No more fast laps, yeah. Yeah, look, rd8 dynamics has left the room. Why? Come on, dynamics. Come on, dynamics. Dynamics has joined the room. Right, so we're going to have to oh no, he's not, because we've not started the race yet. So, oh yes, Potter will have to spend a couple of minutes just resetting the grid order. Now dynamics is back in, because it will put him at the back of the grid, unfortunately. He's not even actually out on the racetrack yet. There he is. Yeah, not sure what happened there. We had the same thing happen to Ace Killer earlier on. Who's that trying to take out a set of tyres? Fat Pickles is giving it a go on the grass. Tricks is in the barriers. Bit of damage on board for him. Also trying to take out a set of tyres on the grass. Is that the challenge for tonight, boys? Or is Elvio trying to damage every bit of his car before the race? First and second then, doing burnouts together. Ultimate Pot, like I say, just having to rejig this lobby. Dynamic Styles leaving and coming back, so it's got to be rejigged back into position. So lobby set by host, grid order set by host. Burnouts from Elbio and Gecko then. Team Oliver logo smashed down the side of most of these cars. Where are you going, Elvio? It's cheating. Can't do that. Got to get his car repaired. Pit crew are not going to be happy. Damage on heavy in these lobbies as well, so if you do pick up damage, oh, he's not even bothering to stop, going straight through. Screw it. Yeah, if you do pick up damage in the race, it is a trip back to the pits for you to get that repaired, if you so wish, depending how much time you're losing due to the damage. Potter then giving everyone the ready signal, so we should get it underway again soon. Everybody on track, yeah, all 12 drivers. Here we go then. Race 1 just about to get underway. No RAA Baz this week, unfortunately. Puzzle already trying to steal P3. Here we go then. Elvio on pole. Gecko in second, Philo third, Potter fourth, Dynamics in fifth, Fat Pickles sixth, Perzel seventh, Jambu in eighth, V-Show ninth. Who is it in 10th? Brinky in 10th. Where's Bobby in 11th? Ace Killer in 12th. Everybody away then. A bit of a slow start from Dynamics. Philo goes absolutely tearing through the middle of the pack, up into first place already. Does everyone get through turn 1 cleanly? Looks like they do. So Philo then gets himself straight into P1, Elvio Trick second, Gecko Racer in third, Potomac Pot fourth, Dynamics in fifth, Fat Pickles, oh, why wouldn't let me go to V-Show, come on. V-Show sixth, Fat Pickles in seventh, Perzel 8th, side by side with his son Jambu, heading through Surtees, holds on to the lead though. So Jambu 9th, Bobby 10th, Brinky 11th, and Ace Killer in 12th. Into Hawthorns they go. Philo still leading, but not for long. Elvio Tricks up the inside. Philo tucks himself right in behind the other RA driver, Ace Asylum. So Elvio Tricks then retakes the lead of the race on lap 1. He's got Gecko Racer bearing down on him as well as they head down towards Clark Curve. Everybody through lap 1 cleanly then. Philo looking to close back down on Elvio again. That Nissan's been very stable this season. Philo's been good at most seasons. He's raced this one though. You can see from that start he did well. Gecko Racer then third still. Potter fourth. Nobody shifted position I don't think just yet. Fat Pickles seventh. Yeah, everybody still as they were. Brinky's been overtaken by Bobby. Ace Killer hanging onto the back of these two as well. Try to have a look on Brinky. Up front then, Elvio, Philo, Gecko, Potter, Dynamics, V-Show and Fat Pickles just hanging on to the back of this fight. A little bit of a gap then back to Jambu, 1.3 seconds. Elvio makes a little bit of a break here. He's got a whole second over Philo through that back half of the track. Can he hang on to it? Does take Philo just outside of slipstream range. And again, if you've watched this series, Elvio Tricks jumping pretty late on, but he's already pulling more time, 1.1 seconds over Philo. Philo under threat from Gecko Racer behind. So did Philo know his setup wasn't quite as quick as Elvio's? Needed to get himself up front early on. Fend off the attacks from Elvio, but it's not worked unfortunately. Elvio now 1.3 seconds in front of Philo as they head into Surtees for the third time. Gecko Racer holding third, 0.6 of a second back to Potter. He's got Dynamic Styles looking up the inside as they head down Pilgrims. Backs off into Hawthorns. Potter dips a wheel on the grass there. Not what you're meant to do. Get ourselves on board with Potter being hunted down by Dynamics. V-Show and Fat Pickles still in the background. Potter McPotts losing a bit of time to Gecko there. He was 0.6 of a second. It's now 1.2. He is under a bit of pressure from Dynamics here though. He has had to take a couple of defensive lines. Gives himself enough of a gap as to not come under attack from Dynamics into Paddock Hill. Still got enough of a gap so he's not going to get attacked into Druids. Dynamics does close up though. Potter McPot still trying to hang on to these drivers in front. You can see, let's just get ourselves back up front. Gap starting to develop then. Elvio now 1.7 seconds out front. Philo still under pressure from Gecko. Both Race Asylum drivers, so I shouldn't have thought there's going to be any full-on fighting. You never know though. Elvio Trix also a Race Asylum driver. Potter McPotts, I think he's just joined up as well. We've got Race Asylum Dynamics. They have kind of overtaken this lobby a little bit this season. All good, respectful drivers though, just what we want in this league. Dynamics still hounding Potter then. V-Show still under pressure from Fat Pickles. Jambu has got himself into 8th. What's happened to Purzel? Purzel in 12th, no damage, but it looks like he's spun himself off track, possibly at Sheen Curve somewhere. Look at the gap. Look at the gap. 2.4 seconds. Viper just not got it. Versus the Nissan of Elvio in front. Surprised Gecko in the race has not gone for a bit of a move yet either. Must be getting a good tow at this back straight. It's all over the back end of Philo. Philo does pull away a little bit out of the turns. Not having to go through there either, Gecko Racer. Just quite happy to sit behind Philo at the minute. Potter McPot still trying his hardest, 1.5 seconds back. That gap is slowly but surely getting bigger. He's still under pressure from Dynamics as well. Still all over the back of Philo. Is he going to see him make a move here? Is he just going to hang on till the last couple of laps and then make his move? But all this time Elvio is just getting off down the road. There he is, pretty much almost into Druids already. Let's get ourselves on board with Philo. Gap at 3.7 seconds. There it is. Like I say, still under threat from Gecko Racer. Looks like Potter McPot and Dynamics have closed up a little bit there. 1.2 seconds, so Potter is slowly closing that gap back down. Still got Dynamics just half a second back. Big gap back to Fat Pickles, who has got himself past V-Show. What's happened to V-Show? He's in 11th. Any damage? No damage. Been in the pits, fresh set of tyres, fresh set of softs on board for V-Show. Bobby also been in the pits, fresh set of softs on board for him as well. Elvio's just taking the mick now. Look, 4-second lead he's got into lap 7. Philo and Gecko still bumper to bumper. Potter, he's lost a bit more time again, 1.5 seconds that gap's up to. He has pulled a tiny bit more time over Dynamics, almost a second. All the drivers' tyres starting to show a bit of wear now though, apart from the drivers who've stopped obviously. Dynamics 5th then, Jambu into 6th, Ace Killer up into 7th with a few of these drivers stopping. Purzel in 8th, Fat Pickles 9th, also stopped, fresh set of tyres on. Brinky not stopped, he has got damage as well. Sitting in 10th at the minute for Brinky. V-Show been in the pits, fresh set of softs. And aka Bobby, also been in the pits. Fresh set of softs on board for him. Sitting all the way at the back of the pack at the minute though. LVO grabs another second off those drivers behind. 5.1 seconds now. What are you feeding this man? Philo then still under pressure from Gecko. Pot gets that time down a little bit more again, but it does creep back up to 1.5 as they cross the line and go around turn 1. Still got dynamics for company as well. He's pulled a tenth or two back. Gaps developing all over the field now then. Jambu in 6th, 5.2 seconds back. 4.4 back to Ace Killer in 7th. 16 seconds back to Purzel in 8th, Fat Pickles in 9th, another 1.3 back, but on the fresh tyre that gap will come down pretty damn quickly. He showed 10th, fresh tyres as well, 3.2 seconds back. Bobby 11th, another 1.9 seconds back, and Brinky just out of the pits now, 12 seconds down. Had all that damage repaired as well. Get himself back up to full race pace. See what these other drivers are going to do. Are they going to stop? Are they going to try and run the whole race? I don't think they can. 16 laps on the soft set of tyres. They're not looking too bad. Over the halfway mark then for LVO. Here we go then. Gecko Racer. Missed the move. He's got himself into 2nd. Looks like a mistake from Philo. Gap pretty much the same between Gecko Racer and LVO. Philo making a mistake then, bringing him under threat from Potter McPot. He'll be driving that Viper as hard as he can then to try and keep himself out of danger from Potter. Not like that, he won't. Trying to take as much of the grass as possible there for Philo. Oh, Potter runs himself a bit wide through Surtees though. Slow him down, that gap's stretching up. He brings himself under threat from Dynamics now. So also driving that BMW very hard. Potter trying to close the gap up on Philo. Pushes himself a tiny bit wide, loses the time to Philo, puts himself back under threat from Dynamics. Again, these top 5 not stopped yet. Jambu's not stopped yet. Ace Killer has not stopped yet. Fat Pickles has. V-Show has. Bobby has. Purzel has just now. Brinky has, and damage repaired as well. There you go. LVO 6.2 seconds, 6.3 second lead. Philo 1.4 seconds back in 3rd. He's managed to get himself 0.8 of a second breathing room between himself and Potter. Potter's got 0.6 between himself and Dynamics. Come in. Jambu's tyres looking a lot worse than everybody else's up front. Very even wear on Jambu's compared to everyone else. Most wear on the front left. So from 8th back, I don't think they're going to see position changes with the drivers up front unless they start throwing themselves in the pits at some point. It's 15 seconds gap. They should be able to close the gaps up a little as they come to the end of the race. So that's the difference between the drivers that have pit and the drivers that haven't, is 15 seconds from the slowest and the fastest. LVO stops out for another lap then. Maybe he is going to run the whole race with no stopping. 6 seconds currently over Gecko. That time is coming down though. Gecko's tyres looking in a lot better condition than LVO's. Can start to push now in this second half of the race. Philo then in 3rd, looking to close that gap back up on Gecko. Still got Potter just a second back. Still got Dynamics for company as well, 0.3 of a second back. Wow, a little bit squirrely out of Druids there for Potter. That brings Dynamics a little bit closer to him. Dynamics get a move on Potter here. Is he close enough to get a good drive out? Toe into Hawthorns. Potter goes defensive. You can see it coming. Holds on to fourth for now. Down Dingle Dell through Sheen Curve. This is where we see a lot of drivers get it wrong. Tricky corner, that one. Through Sterling's nicely. Atomic Pot then keeps himself in front of Dynamics. Looks like he's closed the gap up a little bit on Philo as well. We'll just jump on board with Potter. He does get the gap down to below a second. Gap up front is coming down also. LBO Tricks losing half a second to Gecko Racer. 5.5 the gap at. Philo now 3.5 seconds back himself. Is slowly coming under more threat from Potomac Pot and Dynamics behind. All drivers' tyres up here looking very similar. Gecko Racers are in the best condition. There's Jambu holding 6th. Ace Killer behind him as well. 5 seconds down in 7th. So none of the top 7 stopped. Fat Pickles is the first driver on track who has stopped. He's sitting in 8th, 11.6 seconds back from Ace Killer. Was 15 seconds when he first came out of the pit, so he's pulled 4 seconds on Ace Killer. But is it going to be enough? 4.5 laps remaining. We show another 5.6 seconds down. Purcell another 5.7 seconds down. Bobby 2.5 seconds down. And Brinky another 3.7 seconds back. LVO pulls back a little bit of time from Gecko, 5.9 seconds, does just creep up to 6. Here is the Philo Potter Dynamics fight. That is getting a little bit closer, 0.8 of a second between Philo and Potter. Needs to get himself right under the rear wing of that Viper to make a move on him. Does get a good drive out of Graham Hill Bend. Gets a little bit sideways out of Surtees, still just 0.6 of a second back. Still got Dynamics for company as well. Not close enough to get a move done into Hawthorns then for Potter. So the fight is on for the final podium position. Lap 13 of 16 we're on. Dynamics still keeping himself in check. Oh, Philo dipping a wheel on the grass. That is very dangerous through there. Potter all over the back of it then. 1/4 of a second back. Still got Dynamic Styles just 3/4 of a second back. Can Potter get a good drive out of here? Make a move on Philo into turn 1. Viper getting a good pull. Potter not close enough. Wants to stick with Philo. Get a good drive out of Paddock Hill. Philo also getting a good drive out. No chance of making a move into Druids. A little bit deep there for Philo. Brings Potter right under his rear wing. Dynamics just tucked in the background of this fight, waiting for one of these guys to go spinning off, or both. Philo again kicking up the dirt, using as much of this track as he dares. Both drivers running it a little bit wide. Dynamics still there as well. Lap 14 of 16 then. LBO pulls more time then, 6.6 seconds out front. Gecko Racer second. He's now got 4.5 seconds between himself and Philo. Philo's made a handful of tiny little mistakes. Cost him a few positions here and there. Could be under threat here from Potter and Dynamics as well. Dynamics in 5th, Jambu in 6th, Ace Killer 7th. Fat Pickles has closed that gap up again, 6.6 seconds, but he's only got 2 laps to try and close up on Ace Killer, make up another position. Perzel in 9th, he's got V-Show tucked under his rear wing as they go through Hawthorns. Sorry, not Hawthorns. Through Dingledell and up into Sheen. Both drivers getting it through there cleanly enough. Brinky in 11th then. What's happened to Bobby? Bobby's all the way down in 20th. He's got front end damage as Bob. He's binned it somewhere. Puts him at the back of the pack. Pointless coming in the pits and getting that repaired with 1 lap to go. Already 20 seconds down. Still fighting these 3. Philo, Potter and Dynamics. Top 2 positions look pretty secure at the minute. 1 lap to go. LVO's got 6.5 second lead over Gecko. Bobby just staying out of the way with that damage. Gecko Racer coming through. Potter again closes up on Philo in front. 5 of a second back as well for Dynamics. Not quite got the legs that the BMW or the Viper in front have got. He's unable to close that gap. Right, final lap here then. Gotta watch these boys cross the line, but I've got to keep my eye on these guys as well. Oh, Philo's got it wrong. Philo's got it wrong. Oh, Potter McPotts did well to avoid him. Philo's gone wide through through Graham Hill. He's got it wrong through Surtees as well. Potter goes through. Dynamics goes through as well. So very, very possible that was going to happen. They were exploring the every single track limit there. So LVO just got the final turn to go. Still 6.1 second lead over Gecko. So that brings Potter and Philo closer together in the championship. Still 1 more race to go tonight. LVO then comes up to the line, takes the win in race 1. 5.9 seconds over Gecko Racer in the end. Taking a second at ninth and comfortably 6.3 seconds over Potter, who did come under a lot more threat from right at the end there from Dynamics. Dynamics taking 4th. Philo taking 5th. Jambu is going to take 6th. Ace Killer, can he hold on to 7th? I think he's got... has he got the power? Has he got the power over Fat Pickles? He's just going to hold it. He's going to take 7th then. Ace Killer. Fat Pickles takes 8th. Perzel's going to come home for 9th, I think. Yeah, there's enough of a gap between himself and Brinky. Perzel coming across the line for 9th then. Brinky going to take 10th. Oh, into the pit wall. V-Show pretty close behind him in 11th. And we've already seen poor Bobby cross the line with damage. 12th position. LVO stomping his authority on this league again. See you lot later is pretty much what he says. Fed up with this race. I want to get off and have a leisurely cruise up front with a 6-second lead. No Punterino Jimmer. That's right, LVO tricks. Hashtag let's go Brandon. So a little bit of a break in between race 1 and race 2. Dynamics looks like he's going to disappear for a bit of a toilet break maybe. And that's exactly what it's for. Give the drivers a tiny bit of a rest in between race 1 and race 2. Let's see if we get a time thrown up from lobby host. Come on. Yeah, close racing again. A shame for Philo. Last lap, dipping a wheel on the grass, on the sand. Grass. Whichever it was, getting himself all out of shape. Almost taking out Potter in the process. Potter avoiding action. Came under threat then from Dynamics, but held on to it. But yeah, Gecko Racer and LVO. Once Philo had made his first unfortunate mistake, losing second to Gecko, he just came under more and more pressure from Potter and Dynamics. And with the tyre wear, just caught him out right at the end. So Potter giving us a 10-minute break. Whether we're back at 21:28, 10-minute break. Flipping it. 24 laps for race 2. Slightly different setup as well. They can only pit at the end of lap 6, I believe. Or it might be lap 5. Got to use 2 different compounds of tyre as well. Reverse grid. Top 3 extra weight in this one. So, well, we've got a little break. You know what's coming, peeps. Always get that in the break. Why not? Make sure you get yourselves over to Facebook. Go find out what the We Are Driven team are all about. We don't actually do anything apart from talk about and point people in the right direction. That kind of stuff. You've got a campaign you want promoting. We'll yawp about it. How about that? So there are race settings. What's he changed? What's he changed? Yes, 24 laps. Yes, it is extra weight for the top 3. So 3 clicks of extra weight for P1, which is LVO. 2 clicks of extra weight for second place, which was Gecko, and 1 click of extra weight for, which would have been Philo, but is now Potter McPot, who takes that final success ballast. They do only start with 70 litres of fuel as well. And yes, I think they're not allowed to stop for tyres. They can stop for damage repairs. You can't stop for fuel or tyres. I think you can stop for fuel, actually. You can't stop for tyres before the end of lap 5. Yeah, so top 3 from race 1 carry the extra weight and start from the back of the pack. So it always makes for an interesting race 2. Pretty much see 1 or 2 of the drivers from the back manage to make a real good start, and then the other sort of top few drivers from race 1 just struggle to make it through the rest of the pack. It takes them a few more laps while the other guys have made their move to the front already and they're getting themselves off. Close between Ace Killer and Fat Pickles Bro at the end of that one though. One driver taking a stop, one driver not. Ace Killer opting not to take tyres in that one, and only just managed to stay in front of Fat Pickles Bro, who did take a set of tyres on. We'll see how that plays out in race 2. Again, slightly different strategy. 2 different compounds got to be used. Soft, medium and hard compounds to play with. yeah, make sure you get yourselves onto Facebook. Go like Mature Racing Club, Tanso Racing Group, and Race Asylum as well. Go give P1 a link up as well. P1 Race Community, or P1RC. I think it's Race Community League, or P1. Yeah, it is P1 Race Community League. Other sim racing groups are available. What strategy have the boys got planned for race 2, I wonder? How's Elvio going to play it with the extra weight starting from the back? I wouldn't have thought they're going to stick their soft tyres on. Unless they know they can get through the pack early, because it's just going to blow out a set of softs. If you're having to battle your way through the pack to try and get to the front on a set of softs, you're going to blow those out early on. And may even have to take an extra stop. So I'll be interested to see. Most drivers actually out on track, so let's see what tyres we have got. We've got V-Show on a set of mediums, Purcell mediums, Fat Pickles on the mediums, mediums for Elvio, mediums for Brinky, mediums for Jambu. Dynamics has gone for mediums, same for Gecko, as has Philo, as has Bobby. Oh, sorry, Bobby on the softs, apologies. Everybody on the mediums pretty much. Pot and Ace Killer not in the lobby yet, so we'll see what they're on when they join. Yeah, let the pack spread out while you're on the mediums. And when you get a bit of open track, or you do manage to make your way through the field a little bit, you can get the softs on. Try and put those fast laps in. Couple more minutes, then we'll begin race 2. 24 laps. Can Philo get another fireball start like he did in race 1? Again, he will be starting 4th from the back. No extra weight on his car either. Might be able to pull himself away from Potter, Gecko and Elvio. See if Philo can get his way through the pack. Dynamics as well. Oh, sorry, yeah, it was Dynamics that was 4th. It's Philo starts 5th on the grid, even further up the order. Depends if he can control the wear on that great big heavy Viper. Let me get myself in this lobby then, I'm sure. Don't want to miss the start of the race. Okay, Ace Killer is back in the lobby. He has gone for a set of mediums, so just Potter we've got to figure out. He's got the softs on. Softs on for himself and Bobby then. Just flicking through to make sure that is correct. Yeah. We're still missing a driver. Potter's disappeared again. So Bob, because he ended up with damage, he will start from the front of the grid. Therefore, he's stuck the soft tyres on to try and make as much ground between himself and the chasing pack as possible early on. Got a fair bit of power as well, that for GT, if you can control the damn thing. Potter is in the lobby. He's gone for mediums this time, so it is just Bobby on the softs then. Everybody else gone for the medium tyres for race 2, stint 1. Pickles, bro. Matte black Lexus, looking good. Family livery of the Jambu Perzel combo. Berghardt photography. Should be getting paid by you boys for promoting that. Should get more Germans to watch it. So Potter out on track. Looks like Ace Killer was trying to take out Elvio. Getting a couple of little tester laps out, maybe a 1 or 2 practice starts. There we go. Philo putting himself in the wall there as well. Any second now, people. We are way over the 10 minutes. Elvio playing at. He's Killer for taking out V-Show. Never going to get round Paddock Hill backwards in a rear-wheel drive car. It's never going to happen, Elvio. Don't know what you're thinking. Oh, it is the end of lap 6. My apologies. Will last a big chunk of that then. Here we go then. Race 2 just about to get underway. 24 laps here at Brands Hatch. First grid from race 1. Top 3 holding extra weight as well from race 1 into race 2. So they start from the back of the pack with the most weight on. 3 clicks for first place in race 1. 2 clicks for second. 1 click for third. And again, starting from the back of the pack. Bobby, the only driver on the soft tyre. Looking to make the most of those early on pole position as well, picking up damage in race 1, so he ended up last. Starts from the front of the pack. Can he make those soft tyres work for him? Revs up now then. Everybody away. Ace Killer not getting a great start. There's Philo. Oh, he goes for the slingshot through the middle. Unfortunately, I think it was Fat Pickles Bro just got in his way. Almost off track there as well for Ace Killer. So Bobby holds on to the race lead into Druids. Show's got himself a second position. Brinky holding third. Fat Pickles, like I say, just I think. Oh, there's Philo getting it sideways through Graham Hill again. Early on in race 1 this time, race 2 this time. Fat Pickles holding fourth then. Yeah, I think he just got himself in the way a little bit of Philo's slingshot through the middle. Jambu in 5th then. Perzel 6th. Ultimate Pot already up to 7th position. He's got Dynamics right behind him for company. Ace Killer looking for a way past the pair of them in 9th. Gecko Racer in 10th. Elvio Tricks in 11th. And Philo, unfortunately, front end damage as well for Philo. think probably, possibly picked up when he collided with Fat Pickles, not too sure. I'm not sure whether he went into the wall as he was spinning around at the bottom of Graham Hill. He's at the back of the pack, 9.4 seconds down. A lot of work to do for Philo then. Championship starting to close back up as it stands at the minute. Potter making up a couple of positions on Philo in race 1. Philo current championship leader. Potter second, and he, like I say, made up a couple of positions in race 1 on him. He's in 7th in race 2, whereas Philo's down at the back of the pack right about now. Oh, in the background, oh, there goes Purcell. Purcell's just done a Philo. He's gone spinning round into the wall. He's picked up suspension damage front and back. He's picked up front end damage as well. Here comes Philo. He has only got a bit of bodywork, aero damage at the front that will slow him down a little bit on this long straight. But he'll certainly be able to close up on Purcell now with that damage. That'll be all wobbly down the big long straight, that will. Struggle to get it around some of these turns as well, Mo. Maybe it'll be twitchier than it usually is. Bobby then starting to make those tyres pay. 2-second lead over Visho. He's got a little half a second penalty he's got to drop off, but that shouldn't be too hard. So Visho second, Brinky 0.7 of a second back in third. Fat Pickles holding fourth. Pot just creeped up another position. Jambu holding fifth. Potter and Dynamics and Ace Killer making up a spot there. What's happened? So Potter 6th, Dynamics 7th, Ace Killer in 8th, Gecko Racer 9th, Elvio in 10th. Oh, it was Purcell, wasn't it, that went spinning. Philo, oh, picking up sand as well through Paddock Hill. Holding 11th. It's closing up on the pack, but he's losing a bit of time to the race leader Bobby. Purcell in there, had his repairs, kept the same set of tyres on. Again, you're not allowed to take tyres on before the end of lap 6. 10.4 seconds down from Philo. Bobby now 3.4 seconds up the road. Again, still holding that half a second penalty. He's not interested in losing that at the minute. Sticking in purple sectors still is Bob. Kicking off here in this mid-pack. We've got Fat Pickles slowly coming under threat from Jambu. Pot is also closing that gap up as well. Being chased by Dynamic Styles, who's being chased by Ace Killer, who's under threat from Gecko Racer here. Is he able to take? Does the inside then for Gecko Racer. Who's that? Who snuck through there? Elvio Tricks has just come through and taken the pair of them through there while they were battling. Unfortunately, Ace Killer gets shoved all the way down to 10th through that move. Elvio making up 2 positions. Gecko Racer staying exactly where he was. Bob pulling more time, 4.2 seconds. Again, he's just got to be careful. Oh, Jambu gets it sideways through there. Where have you gone, Jambu? He's still on track, but... Oh, Potter! What's happened to Potter? Was that Jambu coming back on track that took Potter out? Oh, and he's off at... Oh, it's all going wrong for Potter. It's all gone wrong for him at Sheen. Philo's had to take avoiding action as well. Potter actually picking up damage as well through that incident. Purcell now 9 seconds down. Potter having to go in the pits probably to get that repaired. No, looks like he's staying out. He's only got 2 laps before he can come in for tyres and fuel. What's happened to Bob? Oh no. It's all going wrong. Bob then has got it all wrong. Spun himself around somewhere and is now from the start of the race. He's done it again. He's done it again through Graham Hill. He's now into the wall, picked up front end damage, suspension damage, all going wrong for Bob here then. Almost taking out Philo. Oh, Bob. He's just got to wait for Purcell to come through, and all of a sudden Bob's at the back end of this race as well. So that puts V-Show into race lead. Brinky 0.6 of a second back. Some upsets here tonight. Fat Pickles in third. LBO Tricks back up into fourth. So himself and Gecko Racer making it through the chaos. Pulling Ace Killer along as well. He's back up into sixth. He was 10th the last time we looked at him. So chaos has ensued. Ace Killer then sixth. Jambu 7th. Dynamics in 8th. I didn't see Dynamics get caught up in anything, but possibly had to take avoiding action. Philo 9th. Damage on board. Potter McPot struggling with that suspension damage in 10th. One more lap, Potter. Just got to go one more lap. Purcell in 11th. Also had damage already. Bobby back in the pits. Oh, sorry, in the pits. From the front of the race to the back of the race. V-Show and Brinky still neck and neck then pretty much. Fat Pickles trying to close up on these two. I do think, Bob, you might have just taken on board tyres a lap too early. LBO Tricks and Gecko Racer then 4th and 5th, just 1.9 seconds down from Fat Pickles in 3rd. Gap coming down ever so slowly as well. These boys are carrying the most weight. LBO carrying the most weight tonight. Gecko Racer the second most, and it was Potter McPot, but he's still carrying the most weight. Ace Killer trying to hang on to these Race Asylum drivers as well. Use them to pull himself along towards Fat Pickles, Brinky and V-Show. So Jambu 7th nearly gets it wrong through Paddock Hill. Brings Dynamics a little bit closer to him. Potter McPot then still holding damage in 9th. Philo back out the pits. Fresh set of softs on board. Purcell 11th. Got rear end damage now, Purcell. What have you done wrong this time? Again, that will just make his car a little bit slower, a little bit more wobbly up the long straights with the aero damage. He's got a little bit of rear wheel, rear suspension damage as well. Might be a bit tricky around some of these turns. Bobby back out on track as well now. Fresh set of tyres. Damage repaired. So it's all going wrong for a lot of drivers. Brinky putting all sorts of pressure on V-Show for this race lead here though. Was tucked right under the rear wing of that Mercedes through Sterling. Both drivers getting through Clark Curve well. Brinky closing up again on V-Show. Again, all over the back of him through Paddock Hill. Goes to make a move into Druids. V-Show's gone deep. Brinky chucks himself up the inside. Who's got the power down towards Paddock Hill? Graham Hill. It's V-Show. Brinky tries to slot one up the inside down towards Surtees. Who's going to make this one work? Plenty of room given by V-Show. Side by side through there. V-Show still wins out on the exit though. Brinky gets to have another opportunity down here into Hawthorns. Getting a little bit drifty. Still 1.2, 1.3 seconds over Fat Pickles, but LBO Tricks and Gecko Racer have closed that gap right up on the third place man. A little bit looser on these medium tyres, that's for sure. Right, can Brinky do it again? Needs to get himself right under the rear wing of the Mercedes through here. V-Show Goes a little bit fast into the final turn. Has to compromise on the way out. Brinky then looking up the inside into turn 1. Side by side through there. Brinky goes through into first. Does Visho dive back up the inside at Druids? No, he doesn't. Comes to go back down towards Graham Hill. Hasn't worked out for him. That has just brought Elvio and Fat Pickles a lot closer to these two. Brinky will want to be getting a bit of a move on away from Visho. He gets that opportunity now. Visho getting it a little bit wrong through Surtees. That slowed him down. He's still within slipstream range, but he's now the buffer that Brinky needs between himself, Fat Pickles, Elvio Tricks and Gr3. Can Brinky make this work for him? Fat Pickles then just 0.3 of a second back in third now. Was about a second down. Elvio Tricks is less than 2/10 back. Literally bolted onto the back end of Fat Pickles. Gr3 in fifth. Ace Killer still just 1.8 seconds down. Struggling to keep up with those drivers in front. Jambu another 3.5 seconds back in seventh. Philo, after getting it all wrong early on, is back in eighth. Elvio in the pits this lap though. Dynamics in ninth. He's just put on a set of tyres. Fresh set of softs on board for him. Purzel out on track. Semi-worn set of mediums and rear end damage. Ultimate Pot on a fresh set of softs. 11th position, looking to hunt down Purzel for that 10th. Bobby still at the back of the pack at the minute. Again, plenty of time left in this race for positions to change. Brinky then does get a bit of breathing room between himself and Visho. 1.4 second lead, well out of that slipstream range now. Elvio's pit, and there we go, just in the background. Gr3 decides he's going to make the move on Fat Pickles and does so. Up into third then for Gecko. Oh, Visho, he's gone for a pirouette. He's got it wrong on the exit of McLean's. Is it McLean's or McLaren's? I forget. And he's gone for a spin round down the track. He's got transmission damage. He's got front end damage. That's a definite trip to the pits for him. He'll stick on a set of tyres as well. Puts himself from second to sixth then. Gr3 comes in the pits this lap, so that gives Brinky and Fat Pickles a little bit more breathing room. Brinky now gets himself a 3.6 second lead out in the Porsche. Again, not stopped yet on the medium tyres. A lot of the drivers have ditched those mediums and gone for a set of softs. Fat Pickles looks quite comfortable on them as well at the minute. Ace Killer still holding third, then now only 1.8 seconds back. And there is a bit of a gap, 16.3 seconds back to Philo in fourth. So he stopped a couple of laps ago, got a little bit of wear on those softs. He's got Elvio Tricks on a fresh set of softs hunting him down. Gr3 as well, brand new fresh set of softs on board. Dynamics in the same place, a couple of laps old those. Still not a lot of wear. Jambu as well, fresh set of softs on board for him. Potter McPot has had a couple of laps on those. Visho back out the pits, repaired, fresh set of softs on. He's back out in 10th as well. Bobby 11th, and Purzel now pit, repaired, fresh set of softs on for him. Brinky in the meantime, looking quite comfortable in the Porsche. 4 second lead over Fat Pickles in the Lexus. Ace Killer just 2 seconds down. Almost out of fuel as well for Ace Killer. Plenty of fuel on board for Fat Pickles. Still a couple of laps on board for Brinky as well. Ace Killer's just got to hope he's got enough to get round. Where will it bring him back out as well? Be interesting to see. Philo has closed that gap up on him by a couple of seconds. Still got Elvio for company as well. There's Gr3 tucked onto the back end of that fight. Dynamics is another 3 seconds down. Jambu another 6 seconds down. Potomac Pot another 6.9 seconds down. 9.5 seconds down for V-Show. 23 seconds down for Bobby. Bobby's got it wrong again. That's definitely through Sheen curve. That is front end and rear end damage. Back in the pits then for Bob. Puts himself back down in 12th position. Perzel sits in 11th, just getting himself past with Bob's mistake. 4.4 out front then for Brinky. Fat Pickles just coming in the pits then. Ace Killer should probably follow him in. He does. Philo through this final turn. Brinky still out on track. So here comes second place man Philo. Brinky has got himself 18.3 second lead at the minute. Still a lap or so of fuel left on board of that car. Philo in the meantime has not got much fuel on board himself. Changing his strategy up after spinning off early on in race 2. LBO Tricks, plenty of fuel on, plenty of life in those tyres. Fat Pickles holding 4th. Gecko Racer all over the back of him though as they head up towards Hawthorns. Gecko Racer chucks himself up the inside. Should hold it here. He does. Through into 4th he goes. Fat Pickles tucks himself into the slipstream for 5th. Dynamics has closed that gap up as well, just 0.7 of a second back in 6th. Jambu having a bit of a lonely race in 7th. Race leader Brinky comes in now. Elvio's got himself past Philo. Can Brinky get himself back out the pits in front of these boys? There they go. Comes out in 5th position. Not too far off those drivers behind. Fresh set of softs to play with as well. 3/4 of a tank to go on. So LVO Tricks takes race lead. Carrying the most weight over from race 1 as well. Winner of race 1 also. Started from the back of the pack in race 2. Racer holding that 2nd position now. Fat Pickles still in 3rd. Dynamics all over the back of him though for 4th. Running around the outside, he'll be getting a bit of a toe off Gecko Racer, which will benefit him up this straight. And he does. Sweeps himself past Fat Pickles into 3rd then. Fat Pickles has to hold on to 4th. Nothing he could do there really. The toe that Gecko gave Dynamic Stars was enough for him to take that place. He's all over the back of the 2nd place man as well. There is Brinky just in the background. How far back is he? 2 seconds from 4th. And again on those fresh tyres. Boys might be battling it out in front, which might benefit him. His LVO Tricks just going to disappear again now. Potomac Pot in the pits from 8th. Ace Killer just coming in as well there. 2.3 second lead then. Has LVO Tricks from Gecko. Dynamics has just got himself past Fat Pickles as well. Oh, we saw that. So Fat Pickles in 4th. Gets it a little bit wrong to Surtees, which slows him down a little bit. Brings Brinky slightly closer to him. 1.3 seconds down. He's looked pretty comfortable in that Porsche tonight, I've got to say. Jambu, the 2nd Porsche out on track at the minute, holding 6th. 7th in the Viper. Let's see what his race turns out like. V-Show in 8th. Again, he's been for a spin round tonight. Potter McPot back out the pits in 9th. Ace Killer follows him straight out in 10th. Purzel in 11th. He's had a couple of visits to the pits as well with damage, as has rd8 Bobby, sitting in 12th. Unfortunately, he ended up at the back of the pack in race 1 as well. So the gap between Elvio and Gecko Racer comes down a little bit, 1.7, 1.8 seconds from 2 point whatever it was. Dynamics has got himself all over the back end of Gecko. Is he going to make a move here? Goes up the inside, in towards Hawthorns. Slings himself through. Gecko Racer then, again nothing he could do. Has to hold on to 3rd. Can Dynamic Styles then hunt down Elvio? Gap back up to 2.1 seconds. Yellow flag, someone's gone spinning. Oh, is it Bobby again? Not in the pits this lap, so maybe Bobby avoiding getting damaged this time. But has slowed Elvio down a little bit. The gap was down to 1.9. Dynamics goes through then, past Bob nice and cleanly, as does Gecko. Bob obviously being at the back of the pack should adhere to the blue flags and pull out the way when he's got drivers coming up behind him. He's staying off the racing line, allowing Fat Pickles to come through. So has Bob got damage on? Is that why he's running really slowly? Yeah, rear end damage for Bob again. Brinky also going through there as well. How far is Brinky back? Still only 1.3 back from Fat Pickles. 5.6 seconds from race leader Elvio. Bob struggling to keep that forward in a straight line. Elvio's gap currently at 1.8 seconds from teammate Dynamics. He's just got himself past Gecko Racer, another Race Asylum driver. Fat Pickles currently holding on to 2.1 seconds back. He's still got 3.5 now. Brinky making a little mistake. Goes wide through there as well. Bobby in the pits now to get that damage repaired. Brinky getting a bit swervy through there. That has brought Jambu slightly closer to him. 1.4 seconds the gap now between the two Porsches. Philo in 7th, 9.3 seconds back. He's had a mixed bag as well tonight. Visho in 8th. Potter McPot getting caught out, I think it was by Jambu. So he ended up in the pits as well. 9th position at the minute. Ace Killer in 10th, 2.1 seconds down. Purzel 11th, 13.6 seconds down. And poor old rd8 Bobby, another fresh set of tyres on board. Damage repaired. Can he make it to the end of the race without sticking it in a wall? Lap 17 of 24. Elvio Tricks. His gap is coming down. Dynamic Styles is chopping a couple of tenths out of him. Still got Gecko Racer 0.7 of a second back. Fat Pickles still hanging on to this group as well. Just 2.8 seconds down. Tyres looking a lot better. Has everyone got enough fuel on board? For 6 laps, maybe. Yeah, I think everybody's fully fueled up. Elvio Tricks then, gap down to a second. Dynamics slowly but surely closing up on him, still dragging Gecko Racer with him. Aston then piling the pressure on the Nissan in front. There's another tenth he's just taken out of him through those last couple of turns. Still Gr3 just half a second back. Gap down to half a second then. Race leader starting to feel the pressure. Still nothing in it. Still Gr3 just 0.5 of a second back as well. Both of these two have pulled the gap on Elvio. Nice line out of there for Dynamics. He is pretty close to Elvio. Is Elvio going to go defensive? Are we going to see Dynamics slot himself into first here? He backs out into Hawthorns. Pull a little bit of time over Gr3 as well. Only a couple of tenths. Elvio then feeling the breath of Dynamics down the back of his neck. Both these drivers are pulling a little bit more time over Gecko. The gap stretched up to a second there. Dynamics a little bit sideways through that turn, loses a tenth or two. Lap 21 of 24 then. Can Dynamic Styles take the race win here? He's putting all sorts of pressure on Elvio. Again, don't discount Gr3 here. Oh, a little bit sideways. Dynamics round the outside of Elvio on the exit of Druids. Gets himself up into first then. That was a great move by Dynamics. Just managed to carry the speed. Get the power down a little bit earlier than Elvio. Pulled the gap before they got down to Graham Hill Bend. And up into first he goes. 3 laps remaining. Can he hold it? Again, Elvio tricks his car is pretty heavy tonight. Working in Dynamics' favour. Gr3's car second heaviest on track. Fat Pickles still hanging on to 4th position. He's had a good race 2 tonight, has Fat Pickles. Jambu in 5th. He's got himself past Brinky. Maybe another couple of mistakes from Brinky. Just been a bit squirrely out of some of these corners. Allowed Jambu to creep up and catch him. Philo just in the background there as well. 2.9 seconds back in 7th. Slowly running out of laps. Visho in 8th. 17 seconds down. Potomac Pot just 5 seconds back from him. Ace Killer another 3.8 seconds. Sorry, 3.9 seconds. Purzel 16 seconds down for 11th. And Bobby over a minute down, unfortunately. Many trips to the pits for Bob. Dynamics then. Creeping a tiny little gap out over Elvio. It was 0.7. It does just stretch itself back up to 0.7. Dynamic Styles, or ex-Dynamic Styles, now just Dynamics, pulls more time over Elvio. Aston Martin driver will be on for the win here if he can hold on to this. Gr3 make his move past Elvio. Again, that Nissan's been pretty planted. Oh, and he's off. Again, through Sheen. He's got it pointing in the right direction, but there goes Fat Pickles through to take 3rd. A little bit of front end damage again on board for Elvio. Goes from 2nd to 4th then. Can Fat Pickles pick up a podium? Starts lap 23 in 3rd place then, Fat Pickles. Dynamics 1.3 second lead over Gr3. 2 laps to go. Pickles into that third position. Elvio Tricks 2 seconds down. Jambu another 5.9 seconds down, and he is under threat again from Brinky. Philo is closing that gap up as well. 1.5 seconds back is Philo in 7th. Oh, Brinky, what are you doing? The back end of that Porsche is stepping out on every turn. Driving the life out of it, trying to get that 5th back off of Jambu. This is just allowing Philo to sneak up on them. Race leader Dynamics then. 1.5 second lead over Gecko. Final lap coming up. If you can hold it together, it's a race win for Dynamics. Again, it's been a bit of an upset this race. We've had a few drivers spinning around. Gecko raced into 2nd then. Fat Pickles. He's just got a lap to keep it pointing in the right direction. 4 seconds down from Gecko, but he's got 4.3 over Elvio. Jambu is closing that gap up, but not enough to put the pressure on Elvio. Philo's got himself past. He's got himself up and past Brinky. Maybe a little mistake from Brinky. Yeah, he's got front end damage. Philo gets himself into 6th then. Just 0.7 of a second back from Jambu. Can he get himself 5th here, Philo? Brinky 7th then. Little mistakes cost him a couple of positions. V showing 8th, but way off the back end of Brinky. He has got Potter breathing down his neck, just 1 second down. Potter's tyres looking in a lot better condition than V shows as well. Potter could be on for a position change here if he can get the power down early enough. Get ourselves back up front then. Dynamics comes around the final turn. He's going to have about 2.3, 2.4 seconds over Gecko. Crosses the line, takes the race win then. Gecko takes 2nd. That's 2 seconds for Gecko tonight. Fat Pickles takes 3rd. He'll be happy with a podium position tonight. Elvio unfortunately takes 4th position. Philo does take Jambu. No, he doesn't. Jambu comes back at him. Wow. He had just got himself in front there on the positions. Jambu swept back across the track and took 5th back off him. Philo takes 6th then. Brinky 7th. Potter McPotts and Ace Killer get themselves past V-Show. Has V-Show thrown himself off track again? So Potter McPott comes home for 8th position. Backwards again. It is Ace Killer taking 9th position. V-Show. Oh, he takes damage there. No damage on board, so I think he just spun it off somewhere. Allowed Potter and Ace Killer to come through. So V-Show takes 10th. Purcell, will he hold on to 11th? He's got Bobby. Oh yeah, Bob's about 3 laps down, I think. Yeah, so Bob goes through. He's still 12th though. So it is going to be Purcell 11th and Bob in 12th. Bob's visited the pits many times tonight. So comes home to take 12th. Then Purcell also had a couple of trips to the pits with damage, so he takes 11th. Yeah, I think a few drivers have been in tonight. I would say about half the pack. So yeah, a bit of a topsy-turvy second race, that one. Good win for Dynamics though. And that also with Philo's, just 6th, didn't he? He gains a couple more points back off Potter. Interesting to see what the tables look like next week. 2 more rounds left after tonight. I think it's Suzuka next week. Is it Suzuka? I think that's what I saw. Yeah. So that's pretty much going to be it. When are we back? Monday night currently. So the Thursday league still not kicked off yet. The Friday GTTCC has finished. So back on Monday night at 8 o'clock for Chewit Racing Mini Cooper Cup. I think it's 2 races again on Monday, and then back on Wednesday for round 9 of this from Suzuka. That's all we've got going on at the minute. We have got the new Thursday League from the P1 boys starting up next week, so I'll give you more details on that as I get them. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it from me tonight. Some interesting racing on this one. It's a good win for Dynamics, like I say, and Fat Pickles will be overjoyed with this third, I'm sure. So that's it from me. If you fancy help with my channel out, a couple of ways you can do it. Get yourself over to buymeacoffee.com/darksmoker and drop a donation on there. But I'd much rather you got hold of me at darksmoker@googlemail.com. Sent me pretty much the same amount of money, and I can send you out a couple of stickers. If you want a t-shirt, they're £22 each, plus 1 free sticker and free postage, and the stickers are £3 for a pair. Again, free postage on those. I will send them out to the rest of the world. Obviously, you people a little bit further away, I might charge you a bit of postage. We'll see. All depends on who you are. But yeah, that's going to be it from me. I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, give it a like, comment, subscribe. Tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.